Yo, so so my name is 650. This is
Yo, my name is Zephyr.
Oh, we got Johnny.
aka Phantom Abuse. Um, we're gonna be talking about today is a friend of ours who passed away's birthday, so we're gonna be talking pretty much about like how that ties in with like the reasons we started doing the creative things we did, and along with other reasons and other sort of like things that tie into like our origin stories and shit. And yeah, do you want to kick it off, Tiff?
I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, yeah, you got something to do. You got something to do. Do you want to? I'll start. So, so the bro Isaac passed away under violent circumstances when we were all in high school. It definitely had a massive impact on all of us, and it sort of like I feel like it set us all as a group on a different path, you know. And I think it kept us hungry. You know, like there's a song by Shabazz the Disciple that has a lyric called "Breathe." Like you know, it's got something to do with breathing for you. The song's called "Breathing for You," and that's sort of always stuck with me. You know, you're doing it for more than one person. But yeah, like I think I went through a real dark phase. Like after that shit happened, got kicked out of high school, that sort of bullshit. Sort of worked my ass off, was making money in a bunch of different ways, and ended up going over to Melbourne, where I sort of linked in with a bunch of people that I knew from New Zealand, and also a bunch of dudes that sort of were living in the same neighborhood as me. Shout out to Steez and, you know, all the 6'5", like Fitzroy, all that Northside, all of my boys. And yeah, pretty much through that, I just started making music because I was so disconnected from like all my friends that were back home. But in saying that, I kind of needed that. So I think, you know, I sort of wanted to get all the shit about IZAK and all the other bros we lost. You know, we had a friend, Dolman, who took his own life. You know, he was IZAK's like best friend. Sort of not long after that. And we had another friend killed in a situation surrounding that. Like when I say a friend, he was a friend of IZAK's older brother. So there was a lot of loss, and it was about rebuilding. You know what I mean? Like, and all of that. And like I think, also I think the bro IZAK, you know, he always loved music, right?
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Like we would always be rapping, and he'd be like rapping and playing guitar. He was an amazing guitarist.
That man always had the guitar, bro.
Yeah, he was self-taught. You know what I mean? Like
He
taught
was
himself off YouTube.
He's a pretty amazing fucking person, bro. Because I was a skater, and I remember I met him early on in high school, in his first year at high school. And I remember we were skating this fucking like an 8 stair, 7, 8 stair or something. And bro was trying to kickflip it, and we've been skating for fucking like years. And Isaac just fucking he's like, oh, give me a jam, and he like obviously like could ride a board, but like wasn't a mean skater. Fucking tries to ollie the stair, gets fucked up, bails hard as right back up there. You know what I mean? Popping, doing these like fucking weird ollies. You know what I mean? Like really. You know what I mean? Not
He was
like
he was a ballsy dude.
yeah, just fucking, and he ollied the stairs. He fucking landed them, and it's like, bro, I haven't ollied those stairs. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, Johnny used to be a mad skater back in the day. Still,
Yeah, like, it's like
Yeah,
fucking-
still got it.
yeah, but I'd skate like different shit. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, no, that can't fucking, yeah.
That was another thing we bonded over was skateboarding. Like a lot of us were into skateboarding and also graffiti.
Bro,
Graffiti
that was
graffiti
a
is something we
big
had
part,
to-
eh? Just
I have to mention, you know, like I remember the first day I met Isaac. It was like we're in the same class, and like yeah, we were both just like scribbling away. You know what I mean? And that was kind of like part of the reasons we linked up.
Bro, I think like another thing about dude was he just had a natural charisma. Cause when I first met the bro,
100%.
like we were supposed to have problems, bro. Nah,
Like
cause
a lot of people.
bro, everybody. Like we started off and it
He
was
was the only one that wasn't from Wellington. He was from Potapoto.
bro, he's from the coast, you little hoary cunt. But now like fucking so like I was dating this girl and then we broke up and and then like he was dating this girl and then he hit me up over like Bebo or some shit. And he was like, yo, Roddy, this, that, and the third, we got beef. Ha ha, I'm gonna come to city, da da da. And I was like, okay, cool. When you come city, let me know, da 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 da, rah rah rah. Or like, fucking, it's like the first stages of internet beef. You know, like bad, like you know, like, bro, for real, like before anything, like before you could fucking Snapchat, cut your weapons, you know, you just had to show up on their Bebo page and write on the wall, bitch, I'ma fuck you up, like.
You dropped a love on my fucking girlfriend's fucking. Why'd you give her a love, bro?
Bro, gee, you trying to get in, bro? Is that us, cuz?
They didn't even have loves in 2009. It was just straight likes, bro.
No. In Bebo, you get one.
Oh,
you
Bebo,
could share the love,
You get one
like,
love, and you could give it to one person a day.
Yeah, bro, and all the boys would just holler. Gee, it was on.
You're like 11 or 12, so you'd go meet up your missus, and you'd be too scared to talk to her. You know what I mean?
Bro,
like,
facts.
Just fucking on the internet, like. Nah, fuck you, G. It's on, fucking. No.
Straight up. But then, like, fucking, so, like, he never came town, and I never went to the coast, so we never scrapped. But he showed up at Welly High the next year. And I don't remember, like, exactly what the fuck happened, but I just remember, like, he asked me for, like, a ciggy or some shit. It was like, yeah, da da da. And we were, like, talking, and it was like, hold up, don't we have beef, G? But then by that point, he had broken up with this girl, too, and so we were both just like, yeah, G, fuck that bitch, we're homies, cuz. Like, and it was just, like, that natural charisma from the bro, eh? Like, that was sort of like, oh yeah, nah, we could be mates.
And he was a good cunt because he was a hard ass cunt, you know what I mean? But he was always fucking like, he wouldn't let, you know, if some cunt was being like rat shit to some like, you know, little nerd in the class, like, bro, Isaac, but you know, like he's like,
yeah, hard.
He was a good like. He always had fucking like morals, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Harry Brookwhite. We stopped him from getting bullied hard.
Yeah, for the boys.
Shout out my boy.
Yeah,
Yo, but how do you reckon like IZAK sort of affected your art and affected your music, and like tell us about how you got started with music and your art as well.
Like
this man is an amazing artist as well as
the music thing
musician.
for me was more of like a thing where like I think so after IZAK died, like William took his own life. Like I think at the end of January the next year, and at that point I was like, fuck,
rest in peace.
Hard, rest in peace to the bro Will. And fucking at that point I was like, you know what, this is sort of just, I'm sick of having people die, so I'm just gonna try and do the best that I can with like what I got. So went out and just made a bit of money here and there, and was sort of like, I want to get the fuck out of Wellington, because I think it was just that thing of I just got too much bullshit going on down here. So moved to Auckland and sort of just drove the music thing. And I think the bro's biggest influence was at fucking
both of them.
bro. Well, like both, like that's the thing is like, because I got kicked out of high and was at City Mission, and like I'd never rapped outside of like freestyling with the boys outside the cafe and like talking shit when we're wasted. But I was at fucking City Mission and we like found a recording studio at the school or some shit, and so one of the dudes there was like, yo, does anybody rap? And the bro Dawn, shout out to Dawner, free Dawner.
Free Dawn, Tkm Dawn.
The bro Dawner was like, yeah, G, Zephyr raps. And I was like, do I? Is that a thing? Wait, for, hey. And then so the teacher was like, yo, Zephyr, if you want to come down and rap, like you can get like 2 hours out of class. And like, bro, my ignorant ass just heard 2 hours out of class. And I was like, yeah, bro, that's me. I'll fucking, I rap now, bro. Like,
that's the same with graffiti when they have those like specialized graffiti. Like, yo, we're gonna get the bad boys that keep getting in trouble for graffiti and make them do a specialized art class. Like, same shit,
bro, straight up. And then so that was sort of like how I got into rapping. And then IZAK showed up at City Mish like the next year. And bro was just fucking encouraging. Like, cause my shit sucked. Like, you know, it was not good. But both of the boys, like Dawn and IZAK, were sort of just like, nah, like, fuck, all good, G, keep going. So I linked up with another bro from Wellington. Do you remember Kaya? from Valley High.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, skater.
Yeah, another skater dude. Yeah. So I linked up with him, and he was up in Auckland, and so me and him started making a lot of music together.
Yeah, I remember that he rapped actually.
Yeah, bro, fuck, he was pretty good, Jay. Like, he could have fucking, shout out to the bro.
I never heard his music, but fuck, like I always knew that it come through skating, and
Gee, fuck, I'll fucking,
good cunt.
I'll show you some of his music, G. It's not too bad. But shout out to the bro, and he sort of like drove me in the direction of like hitting music hard. And then from there, I sort of just took it for a while and was like, you know what, yeah, this is cool, but it's sort of like a thing that I prefer to do on the side. And that was sort of like when I went back to the roots of like how we sort of started just doing bullshit and was like, you know what, graffiti was probably like the biggest thing for me in terms of like impact on life. Like no matter what I did, is like, fuck, when I used to write lyrics, I used to tag this shit out like just for no fucking reason. And when I sort of went back to graffiti, it was like, fuck, bro, I think the one time that always sticks out was fucking, I think it was like Ash's 15th. Or 16th, we were all down left bank.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then fucking like the pigs came and we all like rolled down and just like sprinted down Cuba Street and met up at like the BK down on Manners.
Rest in peace, Manners Mall.
Bro, rest in peace to Manners Mall. Gee, the stories those streets will tell, G, bro. Bro, straight up, the amount of bullshit on Manners Mall is crazy. Like, it's fucked up. It's like, bro, just side note, I was talking to some dude from Welly the other week and he was like, yo, I never knew that Manners Mall like used to be pedestrian. And I was like, bro, that's fucked up to like know somebody that lived in Welly that didn't know that. Like, I was tripping hard. Like, that shit fucked me up.
Bro, that was a spot to go score if you're like 14.
Good story about IZAK. One day he didn't have no money for the train, out to Pram, and I gave him a fucking a stick, and that's how he got home because he knew that he could get rid of that at Manners. You know what I mean? Like, it's a given you can get rid of it at Manners. You could just stop past Manners.
It might not be physical cash, but it's money.
You just get your money for the
time
zone.
You know it, G.
Yeah, time zone, and you got money.
Just stand outside time zone 10 minutes, boom, we're done. Yeah, bro. But then so I sort of like went back to graffiti and just started reminiscing a lot on like times I used to go painting and shit. And I think the bro's drive with painting was always real admirable. I always liked the fucking just his willingness to go out and be like, yeah, G, I'll fucking hit that. Yeah. Was something that really like drove me. And then, bro, fuck, if we're talking about art too, that we got to shout out the bro T. Fuck. Because, bro, I think, like, I just linked back up with T for a little bit and we were just talking shit and he was just like, bro, one-liners. You got to know about these one-liners, bro. Trust me, G, one-liners. And fuck, I was just in the bro's room and we were just practicing hard out and I sort of, like, came back to Auckland. And I wasn't, like, actively tagging again at that point, but I was sort of like, you know what, fuck. No one knows me up here. Like, I can walk around and tag and no one's really going to be like, oh, yo, that's Zephyr. I know that dude. Like, rah. And so I was sort of just like writing a whole bunch, and then one of my bros was like, gee, if I give you this canvas, will you sort of just like write on that instead of writing on all my rubbish and shit? And I was like, yeah, you know what, I will. And so that's sort of like how that got started. But I think losing those bros real early, like especially the bro IZAK and the bro Will, like sort of gave me a certain like drive and perspective on like what you can do in such a short amount of time. Is like I think those impacts were like and hit like my understanding of humanity a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think it made us like fucking grow up real hard.
Yeah,
like,
to grow up quick.
Facts.
Like IZAK passed on my 18th birthday, so I was driving down. I remember I texted up this fella. And I was like, yo, what up, G? Like, let's get on the piss. I can fucking buy liquor. Like, yeah, like, type shit. And I got a message. And I'd hit up a bunch of people. And I got a message back from him. And he's like, you heard about IZAK, bro? And the next message I get was a text. And it was someone just text me that IZAK died. Like, IZAK got beaten to death. He was in a coma. He's dead. I was in the car with my family, like, you know what I mean? Just turned 18. It was like, you know?
Yeah, hard.
And like, yeah.
The worst shit.
And then have to drive past, like, fucking, you know, where it happened.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
It's fucking.
Bro.
Yeah, you're
But,
older than me. I was 16 when it happened. It was exactly a month before mine.
Yeah.
Or my 17th birthday.
And like my other bro is the same birthday as me. He was one of IZAK's bros as well. You know what I mean? So it's just like these weird fucking.
I think like yeah, it definitely makes you grow up quick, man. Like fuck, I'm like
Bro, straight up.
like I was 16 talking at my best friend's funeral in front of his fucking mother, you know, and shit.
Yeah,
You know
hard.
what I mean, you able to do that shit, and I'm like, I still to this day don't know how I didn't cry my ass off through that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but
Bro, it's just that Soldier on shit, eh?
yeah, exactly.
I was just shocked, bro. Like I was like that shit didn't seem real to me for like I think just until after the funeral.
Like,
You know?
Bro,
at the
straight up.
funeral.
Like, that's the thing is, like, I literally had that conversation with Shape at the funeral about it, just kicking in, like, as it's going on. Yeah, bro.
How do you reckon it affected your art, Johnny? Because your art can be pretty dark.
But it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like I think that whole period was just gnarly, bro, because it was just like, just seeing all the bros spiral. Like I was already fucking on a pretty fucking, you know, dark path anyway, you know what I mean? And it's like, it just went fucking darker than that, you know what I mean? Got up to, you know, some fucking, just some shit, like, and yeah, like fucking,
Things we can't
I don't know.
really delve into.
Yeah, like, just, you know, like, it's just fucking, like,
Bad life shit.
you know what I mean?
Bad
Just
choices.
fucking, yeah, but it's like, you know, I'm here now, and I fucking learned heaps from it, but
On
it's
the other
like,
side of it.
you know, like
Yeah.
my art just reflects me, like really, you know what I mean? And just like
100%.
I don't even know if it does that. It's hard to explain really, but it's like
Hard.
emotions are definitely a big thing in my art, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm sure, you know, everything in my life definitely affects that, and
I think
that was
it'll,
a
like,
huge thing in my life, you know what I mean? Huge
Facts.
thing to me, so that's got to affect it, you know what I mean?
And that's
facts.
what-
I think
that's-
it's like exactly like you say, it's like the art can only really reflect you, but it's sort of like those impacts us like made such an impact that like they are part of like you, and so when what you put into the art is naturally like part of those experiences and those emotions and what you try to like learn from that and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
I think like yeah, it's admirable to be able to sort of like turn it into something, you know. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, hard.
You know what I mean? Like
I think speaking about it like on record, like in music and shit, is something that like even if it's just like music, like or like records that you don't put out or anything, it's good to sort of like have those emotions and be able to like vocalize that and like process the understanding of like what you're going through and like listening back and being like, oh, okay, cool, I can sort of take a route from here.
Yeah, especially man, you know, we're the youth suicide capital of the fucking world. You know what I mean? Like man,
exactly,
like, there's something
exactly.
Like, it's very obvious that being able to talk about the way you feel,
bro. It's like,
has a
yo,
very big
I just want to
impact
say
on
something.
that,
It's like
you know?
people always say to check on your homies, but it's like, bro, like to be honest, like you should just make sure that you're accessible to the homies that need to be checked in on.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Because it's
Big
like, bro, it's
facts.
like you can say check on your homies all you want, but it's like if your bro don't feel comfortable reaching out to you, then like that's something you have to fix first.
Yeah, I feel that.
You know what I mean?
That's big. That's big. You know, it's I can't remember the lyric, but it's like it's something along the line of making, you know, asking how I feel just makes it feel worse, right? Like,
Bro, exactly.
But like, yeah, yeah. No, this shit is important, and I think that like, you know, shout out to Sad Hector, he's just behind the camera over there, my man's. But
One time.
but me and Carl Hector talked about this a lot. Is like making music that expresses like dark emotions and dark feelings and depressive feelings doesn't mean you're trying to push that feeling. It means you're trying to express yourself and you're trying to relate with people who feel the same way, so they can feel better about it. They can feel like they're not alone, and that's like a massive thing that gets misconstrued. Do you know what I mean? It's like making dark. Not when I say dark, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but just like things that are not usually considered to be positive.
Spilling your guts, actually talking how you feel, like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that shit's important. You know what I mean? Like it kind of like
100%.
like
It's
you
a hard thing to do as well. It's like I reckon
it's
that's
way
hard.
harder than writing some party bars, bro. I'll tell
Yeah.
you that. As
Bro,
an
yeah.
oversense.
Facts.
Or even some like really clever metaphorical fucking punchline hip hop bar. You know what I mean? Like that shit's amazing.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah.
You know, being able to actually like,
Yeah, exactly. And I think that shit's like commendable as fuck. You know what I mean?
Bro, 100%.
Yeah. Fucking speaking of which, like we'll play a little song that I think this song's cool because it's not. This is like more on the like uplifting. This is me and the bros Zephyr.
Oh, yo.
Produced by Chronic Snowman. Shout out to him. But like this is like a little bit more of like an uplifting. This is a song we made recently. You know, this is a song we've made like as adults after processing all that shit.
Understanding those
like
emotions and coming out on the other side.
talking about the legacy of it almost like But yeah, I'll play that shit. Yeah. Started out of school with cues, I wanted new shoes, pillies in my pocket blue, smuggled right, we got them through. Try and improve my mood with tunes and pouring twos, yeah, music like some gentrification, shit will make you move, ride the track like I'm a train, they feel my pain, these songs is my diary, can't put liar by my name. Most these rappers useless like a lighter with no flame, if I see the mic off a high, shit, I can't refrain, yeah. Always got some shit I gotta vent, heavy spent, late nights by the grow tent, trying to pay your mama's rent, I don't know stability, sticky in the billy with the pilly, got me silly, dumb, I'm feeling numb, no really, I don't get it, lost like walking through a maze blind, dodged the right path, cause I heard it takes time, yeah, wanted money quick, I said the pingers at my own gigs, so the pigs don't notice it, got dummy, but you hold it, yeah. Fucking so. Everything I say, I put it on my cousin's grave. Rest in peace to Dane, shit, he taught me how to skate. He died in his speeding car, no dead on time, I'm late. Still do drop-offs kick, pushing big spins on the way. Ay, haunted by the homie's mother's face, she lost her son. Wasted hella space with whole rotations round the sun. Chasing funds to burn them, wish I didn't feel so numb. Wishing bro could see us, old haters showing love, yeah. Stinky zips, they taste it when they open up the trunk, yeah. Saber oven bags and angels up above, ay. We still with the same set, I'm still with them bros. We still on the same road, fucking up the ozone, bro, he knows, yeah. Just to smoke away a bad mood. IZAK Valley, TKM, you see it in our tattoos. Catch 2 ops on my solo, had to chase them, sweating in my polo. Only did me one because this benzo got me slow-mo.
Yeah. I'm still with my same cliques, except now I take payments for paintings that they used to buff on the day shift. Roll the weed and spark it, yeah, I'm stony in the session, trying to write these imperfections like I'm Judas with the message. If I try to do right, the day that uses into heaven. TKM, the writing's on the wall because we put it there. Crossing out the ops with all the crosses that we couldn't bear. TKM alongside RIP tats, you see the writing on the wall? No, don't write me back. Welly deep 04, Izakwrld, Tkm's. Wish the homies could have seen the shit we on. I can hardly think straight when I'm sober. Still, never leave the house without a poker. I've been out my mind since trying to get over. Cause recovery don't come fast like a sentence with ours.
Yeah, Bill, let's get started on how you got into the music thing, G. What was your transition into that like? And like how was that for you?
So that shit was crazy.
I'm
glad
I've been there with that cunt since fucking day one.
Yeah, so like I'm glad you asked because I kind of forgot to mention a couple people when I briefly skimmed over that shit that I really should. So, first person I really need to shout out to is, you know, we are a small fraction of TKM right here. Like, fucking
bro,
shout out all the homies. But
that shit.
Bro, everybody, G.
TKM all day, Izakwrld.
That shit's for
Everybody, G.
IZAK, bro. True King.
Straight up, true king.
Yeah. That shit's forever. But anyway, fucking shout out to Shape. Shout out to No Money.
Facts.
We've been we've been rapping together since
Bro.
13. Fucking me and Shape were making beats on Fruit Loops and fucking around. Didn't know what the fuck we were doing. Like since day dot, you know, and like fucking. So that was always like our inspiration. You know, Shape had a lot of like had a lot of shit on his plate. Let's put it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he found it real hard to pursue shit. Same with Broody. You know, we all had a lot going on.
Hard.
That shit with IZAK happened. That had the fan. I was lucky enough to be sort of like. I think I came out of it. I was making money, you know. I'm not gonna delve too much into that, but I was making money, and I pretty much decided to get my ass out of there. To be fair, like Johnny knows, I was sort of like on people's ass, like, yo, let's do some shit. I don't want to sit here. I don't want to fucking. I was nagging these guys.
Bro, pretty much before this.
Fuck Wellington,
like,
G.
Music, you know what I mean?
Nah, shut up, Wellington.
We were just kicking like mad freestyles together, you know what I mean? Like that
all
was
day.
what we did. We'd fucking freestyle all day over boom bap beats and fucking random trap beats and shit, and just freestyle for fun. And this cunt was
this was like even before trap beats though. Look.
Yeah, bro, just freestyling like for fucking hours and hours and hours. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then this cunt was like. I never wanted to be a rapper, you know what I mean? That wasn't my thing. I liked art, you know what I mean? I just like I had a bunch of shit.
We just loved hip hop,
you know,
bro. It's hip hop to the core.
You know what I mean? But I've always loved hip hop, you know what I mean? And I fucking just like love freestyling. But like, yeah, this cunt just like wanted to push, and this cunt was the dopest, you know what I mean? Like this cunt fucking
top cunt.
This cunt has like, bro, this
top cunt.
This cunt has a fucking unique like sound. It's like completely New Zealand, you know what I mean? Completely authentic, and it's just like no one has that sound. You
Sounds
know what
like
I mean?
nobody.
And it's like he always had it, but like you know what I mean? It's like, but yeah, he always wanted to go like harder with rap. So I think before I seen him like going properly hard, like we had a fucking mattress set up and we were making tracks, and I had one track I made with him where we just freestyled the whole track.
Yeah,
and
that's on.
Yeah, and it fucking
it
was a crack up track. Fucking but yeah, anyway, like before this cunt was going hard, like he was just like sort of lost, you know what I mean, and just real pushing, fucking like real was like, come on bro, like let's make tracks and shit.
I was living day to day, man.
Yeah, and I was like
day to day like a motherfucker. I was just
and then this cunt fucking went to Melbourne, went hard, came back, and ever since I fucking seen that shit,
that's
you know what I mean?
That's Loki where the story continues.
Cunt comes from like you know, kind of have ups and downs, everyone does, but it's like ever since then I've seen this cunt with a purpose, you know what I mean? And this cunt uses it mad as therapy, and it's like
every day is progression.
And
every
it's all
day.
fucking just like authentic, bro. Like it's just like fucking I've been there with this cunt, you know what I mean? Like I've known this cunt since he was 12, and it's like I can tell you know what I mean? It's like it is just authentic shit. Like it's just like a diary for this cunt. You know what I mean? When this cunt's cut and doesn't want like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, and I feel that shit. Like I don't want to fucking talk to therapists or like talk to people about my problems. You know what I mean? Like I want to fucking paint a picture or some shit, or I don't know, like talk to a close bro. But like this cunt fucking like writes and like makes tracks, and it's like
I think. Yeah, like you said, like when I went to Melbourne, like that was a big turning point for me, because I think like I was in a mad depression. I was mad, so I felt like I was stuck in a Groundhog Day. You know what I mean? Like and I didn't want to just be upset. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to just like get stuck in a rut. You know, like fucking that shit.
Shout outs to that track. That's a hard track, by the way.
Bro, that's a solid song.
Go watch that shit.
Peep that motherfucker.
Anyway, I went to Melbourne and I linked up with Anthony Young, aka
shout out A Young.
Anthony Young and the Next Man Dead, his band that he.
Oh, his
music's
amazing.
Yeah, you have to go check.
If you don't peep the bro, you're whack. Straight up, like no.
Stop. Musical genius.
Amazing artist. And he is also really, really one of my best friends, my brother, you know what I mean? And pretty much he like, along with the dudes that I met over there, but especially him, like he pretty much like pushed me and was like, you know, same shit, we were freestyling. Wasted party,
how it always starts.
You know what I mean? Like, and he was like, "Oh shit, you're good, bro, and you got shit to talk about." Like, one thing I remember he always said to me is like we always talking, used to talk about together more was that like there's no point in being a rapper if you haven't got anything new to say, if you haven't got anything new to bring to the table, if you haven't got like anything to say.
What's your purpose?
Yeah, what's your purpose, bro? You know what I mean? And I think that's why he pushed he because there was a bunch of cunts around us rapping. You know what I mean? Doing lickety splickety fucking. You know what I mean?
Fuck, I can rap so good that I can rap.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just generic shit, I guess. But like, yeah. So he pushed me, and he was like, you know, he was pulling big numbers to his gigs with his band, and he'd sort of have like little hip hop breakdown sections, like jams. Like, cause his shit's mad fusion soul, like you could call it. It's hard to pigeonhole it. But he'd have these
Everything.
He's an amazing vocalist. But he'd have these breakdown sessions, and he'd pretty much be like, "Yo, I need someone to give me a breather." Like, you know, like he'd pull me on and be like, "Don't be
Hurry up.
Yeah, don't be a shy cunt. Just
Spit
fucking
a verse.
spit a couple 16s. Like, you know what I mean? Give me a breather. I'll let the band play a little. It's like intermission type shit." But like my first one was to like 400 people, 500 people type shit. So it was kind of like thrown in the deep end. And then from that, I was just like stuck, to be honest. Like I was just like he hooked me up with an engineer. And yeah, that was that, to be honest. Like,
Shout out to bro A Young.
yeah.
See,
Yeah. Like,
it's that Central Valley High School
and when I
shit.
came back to Wellington, Chronic Snowman, I got a shout out to Chronic Snowman.
Shout out to that.
Shout out Chronic
He
Snowman.
produced and mixed and mastered a fuckload of my music.
He sells beats as well.
Off the back of love. So again, if you don't
Yeah.
peep the bro, you whack.
all from just fucking with me. Like, you know, when we actually went to primary school together, his dad was my principal. Check that. His dad used to have me in the fucking principal's office, fucking telling me off and shit.
360 for 650. G.
Shit goes full circle.
Boom.
But yo, fucking another person that I met when I came back to Wellington and started making music with Chronic Snowman is this motherfucker, Sad Hector. It was you still got that question in mind? Come over.
Come. I peep a question. Yo.
Give bro the mic for a second.
Having a friend that makes such honest and personal music, does it change how you listen to music and what music is for you when you can have something if it's so personal and relatable, it must be twice as personal and relatable to you guys because you guys can see and feel that as well. So how is that?
That's such a good
how
question.
is that done to you, music wise?
Like impacted like other music that I listen to.
But that's a beautiful question. And like,
Like I think that I think for me the biggest thing is that like if I don't know a musician, I don't take anything that they say as fact. And that's not off the strength of like I don't believe anybody and everyone lies in their raps. Like I'm not trying to hate on anybody. It's just like I don't know you. So like, you know, I just, bro, like if I don't know you, if I don't know anyone that knows you, and so I think when I like you and Broody got that song with Snowman Die Soon. That song fucking hits. Like you fuck that song, Jay. That song always fucking hits. And it's just that thing of like because I know you guys, and it's just like, bro, when you hear shit like that, and it's like I can understand where you're coming from, and I really relate to this. So I think that changes like how I used to listen to music, where it's like, oh yeah, everyone's telling the truth, and it's like some people don't, bro. So it's just like I sort of came to that conclusion of like, bro, if I don't know you, I don't take anything you say as fact. That doesn't mean I don't like it. I can still fuck with it.
yeah.
But like until I know you, then
Yeah.
it don't mean the difference to me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say no names to put down anyone, but there's so many fake artists that I've met within the music scene.
I don't doubt it.
And the thing is, like, as someone who's struggled majorly with addiction, like really struggled with addiction, someone who's struggled with depression, someone whose whole friend group has dealt with all of these sort of things.
That whole
at
spectrum.
at it grinds my gears when a motherfucker be trying to like just talk about that shit like it's cool, like super obviously, like
yeah.
like yo, like
if you blatantly lying in your shit, you should shut the fuck up.
It's like. And like lying's one thing, like you know, I ain't getting like mad irked if some dude wants to lie about having a Bentley or some bullshit. Like
nah, but if
you
you're lying, if you're lying about like personal experiences that have like long lasting impacts on people,
you know who you are.
Like you know, like if you're lying about shit that like really hurts and impacts people,
that affects people, that
on
affects
like a
real
deep
people.
personal level, like you know, like that shit's not cool, and you should shut the fuck up because no one believes you.
Not only does no one believe you, it makes it harder for the people that are actually talking about that shit.
100%.
Because it makes it look like it's a trend. It makes it look like it's something to laugh about.
Because that's
like,
the thing.
Ain't
like,
nothing to fucking laugh about. Like,
and that's the thing is like that's how it changes.
Too many people
like
for the shit to be something to laugh about.
That's sort of how it changes. It is like it like you say, is it makes it harder because that change comes when everyone's sort of sitting there and going, oh, everyone's lying. And when everyone has that assumption, it's like, bro, you got to understand that these are people's real fucking lives. Like, just because you don't live it or, like, just because it's foreign to you doesn't, like, or can't invalidate it. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, for my music, bro, I just listen to whatever I listen to be honest. But I do like authentic music. I just like some fucking real G, like some drill shit.
Then you can hear authenticity.
Well, like that's the thing. Is like my biggest thing. Like that's 100%.
I've been a fan of drill since fucking 2012. That's probably cap. That's cap. Probably that's cap. But like a long time. You know what I mean? Like I've been a big fan of drill.
It's like that's the thing is like I'm a big fan, like not really of a genre, but like my only qualifier for music is that your soul is in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hard.
And it's like if you're talking about shit that's like not authentic to you, your soul is not going to show up in that. So like you can hear it in the tone.
And that's for certain modes. Like I listen to a bit of everything. And
100%.
I love listening to like this kind of music because it's like, bro, he'll be like rapping about shit that like I was there and I was with him.
Yeah.
And he'll be rapping about bars that like subtly shouting me out about like things that like we did and shit. And like only like, you know, me and him will know that, but it's like it's fucking, you know, shit's hard. Like it's like, and you know what I mean? It's just like I'll be listening to it, and same with Zephyr's music. Like 100% with Zephyr's music. Like you hear, you know, certain bars about like being young and in Wellington, and it just like really hits like a chill in your spine. You know what I mean? Like gives you goosebumps because you're like, fuck, like it brings back so much memories.
Yeah, hard.
That was a good question, Carl.
Yeah, shout out to Kyle who's left the room. Shout out Sad Hector.
Go check that cunt's music because that shit's fucking amazing.
Hard, and if you don't, you whack.
Yo, as we start to wrap it up, who's some people that you guys want to shout out as far as like creative shit? Who's some people that inspired you? Who's some people that facilitated you?
My list is long.
Some people.
You wanna go first, Jay? Or
yeah, I'll go first, and I'll make it a short one. Oh yeah, so yeah, I'll go first, and I'll just make it a short one, bro. Like, fucking, gotta say, bent fucking art. That cunt he's like a really good mate of mine, and he inspired me to.
Shout out to the bro in Chile, right?
Yeah, like he inspired me to take my painting seriously. He fucking gave me my first exhibition. He like just put a lot of love, and just like always loved that bro. And like you know what he did for me. Inspirations. I think being mates with like Haps. He was always an amazing artist, and his art was real cool. I don't know if that really inspired my art, but just being around a lot of artists, and you know, always really inspired me to paint. And yeah, got to shout out obviously this cunt because I lived with him. You know, like, and this cunt's always just doing art, always has been. And got to shout out Pork as well because that's like. You know, huge inspiration.
Legend.
It's just a fucking legend.
Shout
out Fume as well, because that's my brother.
Shout out Fuma.
Shout out Fuma.
Definitely got me on the drawing bars. And yeah, shout out Zephyr as well. Like, shout out all the artists. You know what I mean?
Bro, shout out everybody.
Shout out everybody. Yeah, if you're fucking doing any type of creative shit, shout out to you. You know what I mean? Like,
Hard.
shit's
Bro.
cool.
I think
Create
like
shit.
shit. I mean, fuck, my list is a little bit longer. Like, first off, like I think big shout out to the bro Tormai. Like, bro, I think if T hadn't pushed me to just like go hard and harder on the art tip, then bro, I couldn't have. Like, I think that was the big like driving force of like lately. Bro, shout out to like Donna for just putting me onto music in the first instance. What a G.
Free, bro.
Bro, free Donna
Dawn.
G, straight up. And then like fuck on a music tip, like this cunt for sure, and just in real life as a bro, just musically always stepping it up, and that shit's hard. And then a big one, bro. I know the bro shouted him out, but you can't say Fume's name enough. Shout out to the bro Fume. Beef with Fume costs 50K, so if you want to come get it,
Facts.
that's on the real. And yeah, shout out to Haps and
Beef
those
ain't
later
free.
styles, but it's fucking 0 to death. You can suck the balls. TKM, son.
Yo. I think I covered most people in like me talking about my origins, but I mean obviously these cunts. Like
Oh nah, hold up. Big love to IZAK on his birthday, son.
yeah,
Yo,
that's a given.
that's
given.
no doubt facts.
Actually, yeah, because I never fucking was really doing any arts or anything when I was chilling with Isaac. But fucking, yeah, bro. Like, that's definitely inspiration.
Yeah, big facts.
Just as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Just what he did for everyone.
I wanna give a shout out to Dub A. That man like gave me a massive push as far as hip hop, like music. He fucking, worked with me on my second tape. Shout out to 36176 from Russia. That dude commented on my first ever fucking song on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And I had nobody listening to me, and started sending me beats and shit. Fucking shout out to Kill J, shout out to Mox Died, 666K, all that shit. Fucking, like those are the bros in Oz. Like they hard out pushed me, just fucking linking up with them. Kill J came fucking caught a flight to come stay on my floor just to make music
Shout
with
out
me.
Shout out Kill J.
Yeah, that cunt's a real motherfucker. I could go on. Shout out to Double MB. Yo, shout out to fucking Stoner Smurf. Shout out to Locate. Shout out to Herman. Shout out to Mosaic. Shout out to Task. Shout out to Kame. Shout out, I'm gonna be missing people, but shout out to all that clicking over there, over the West Coast. Fucking those boys got me. You know what it is, like shit. Fucking. Man, I'm gonna miss someone.
Oh,
I
bro,
feel bad,
someone's getting missed everywhere. But like,
yeah.
also-
I miss someone. Jordy's art. Jordan's art. That can't fucking.
I've
done
it's
a lot
funny.
of
I was
next
just about
level.
to say Jordy.
fucking shout outs to Jordy. That can't.
And Ferg.
One as well. Shout outs to Ferg. Shout outs to the hardcore scene in fucking Wellington, bro. Elimination Records. Yeah,
yo,
shout
shout out
to those
Snowman.
guys.
Another big one. Shout out to Withdrawal.
Withdrawal,
Oh,
yeah.
Withdrawal
yo.
clothing.
Yeah.
Did my first ever merch. The Snowman's first ever merch. So many of the artists within the Wellington scene and the underground scene, he pushed and helped to do the clothing and the merch side of it. So he is an unsung hero, like that motherfucker.
Facts.
Tap into that kind.
Yo. And shout out to Johnny for being the first cunt to hit me up for a collab on an art piece.
Shout out.
Yo.
That's some real shit, G.
Shout out.
I
Shout
got another one for you actually.
Oh, wait, shout out to the videographers as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Leo Lifers. Shout out to fucking Freddie Faye. Shout out to fucking, who am I forgetting? I just made music video.
Shout out to J Knight.
Shout out to Jay Knight. I'm forgetting someone, man.
Someone's always gonna get forgotten.
Shout out.
If we forgot you, we still love you. Don't be offended.
Ash Graham.
Shout out Ash Graham for
doing his
real.
music shit.
Damn.
He's fucking day one.
Oh,
Go check out Lying by Ashley Alexander or You Whack.
Shout out Josh Seto
Yo.
and Elliot McDonald, also videographers.
Yeah, there's heaps of just bros that like I would shout out, but they're just the bros. And
Just everyone, and they know who
those
they are.
are all people that help me in doing what I do.
Push the journey. Yeah, hard.
Sorry if I forgot you.
If I forgot you, I ain't really forgot you because you going to pull me up on it later.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, anything else before we tie it up?
Nah, bro, just long live IZAK.
Yeah, hard, long live IZAK. Let's
Long
pour
live
one out
IZAK
for the
forever.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go get one,
True
pour
King
one out.
Millanta.